This is a review for SH Figuarts Hercus. Hercus is from a movie titled Kabuto Godspeed Love, as is shown by the package. Right here. Sorry, it won't show well, just take my word for it, but Hercus is an interesting character because in the movie he is technically a good guy. Or he thinks he is, because, quoting Vangelis, he's a member of Neozect. And Neozect are the group, they're kind of like the rebels that went against Zect, who are the main bad guys of Kabuto, going by what I've seen in the movie. Because I, myself, never watched Kabuto, I've been meaning to get into it, but I've been caught up on Build more than anything. Both of which are great series. The Godspeed Love is great, Build is great. Watch them. Now, Hercus, as you can see, is sadly a boring figure. At least that's what most reviewers are saying, but to me, I'd say I love this design. I love the silver, love the way it contrasts with the black. I adore the red eyes. I simply love these compound eyes. And yes, there is the goofy helmet, but this is accurate to the film. And to those who don't know, Hercus and all of the Godspeed Love riders are using the Kabuto body as a base mold. And what they did is they gave him a giant shoulder pad, a different color scheme obviously, changed out their belt for the Hopper Brothers belt, and they made a different face plate piece. Because Figuarts has a different one, as well as Caucasus, which are both figures that I don't have, unfortunately, so I can't do a side-by-side comparison with all of them. But Hercus was the one I wanted most. Now, for accessories, you get the standard SH Figuarts fists, which are greatly sculpted. They're nicely done, got great paint apps, even though all they have is just a silver lining. Next up, you have fists, which I sadly can't get the camera to focus on, but... Wait, did I say fists? I meant holding hands, which are nicely done, just as well as the fists. And my personal favorite, the splayed open hands, because they give me most of the poses that I love doing with Hercus. I was about to say Figuarts. And they're all wonderfully done. The last accessory you get that technically that's wrong, because there's another accessory, but this is all the accessories besides the last one. And that is the kunai gun, which is both a gun and an axe. And this is accurate to the film. I don't know if the blade part is, since, again, I never paid too much attention to the weapons. I just loved the suit designs. But point is, everything looks great. Now for Hercus himself, one common complaint with the Kabuto SH Figuarts, the older molds, is that they were borderline anorexic, which I might have had an issue with years ago, but I genuinely don't see it. I keep thinking that it's there, but I can't see it. And let's start off with one of the main negatives. The paint is starting to wear out due to the age, and I only got this guy last week. And I've only played with him very little. For one, both sides of his horn have this little scar here. It's not as bad on this side, but it's horrible on this side. And that's because his horn piece is molded out of a soft plastic. Not rubber, but it makes me worried about the longevity. Because I do think that over time, the plastic's going to break down. So, if you get one, be very, very careful. Next up, which is a different complaint, and let's get this out of the way. The Zector looks nice. And because it can turn, You can have it in rider beat mode, or you can have it like he's about to henshin. And since it's a simple peg, we're going to take that off to swap hands because, oh boy, this is where my biggest complaint is due to these being older molds. If you're not careful, and as you can see here, they are using kind of long pegs, which give good movement for these, but they look easy to break, so easy. And some of the hands are very difficult to swap in. Hold on, I'm going to do this off camera. Sorry, guys. There we go. And it looks good. Like I said, it's just worrisome. Now, the splayed open hands aren't nearly as hard to swap out since I'm able to get a much better grip on them. But where is the Zector? It's over here. And the Zector looks gorgeous. Love the silver. The gold is painted for the button on the toy, on the DX toy, which I wish I had so bad. And you plug it into the Van brace here, which is using the V's brace, or GB, according to a comment that I read a long time ago. By a long time ago, I mean last week. I wish I had a screenshot of it. Now, in the movie, Hercus sometimes he mostly used the kunai gun in axe mode, but because in games I am a range combatter, or combatter, whatever that term is, I like to have my Hercus displayed within gun mode, and it looks awesome. And the shoulder pad looks really cool as well, in my opinion, because what's funny is he technically has 6 horns. Because, you know, 2, 2, 2. And I simply adore it. And I love how also, if you have him like this, I mean, SH Figuarts just look great. Now, let's get into articulation, because this is where SH Figuarts stand out most. The head is on a double ball peg. And also, what's neat is that these guys have compound eyes. And this is with every SH Figuarts, as far as I know. As long as the suit had compound eyes, so will the figure. The Figuarts, more specifically. But I love it. And sadly, I don't know if this is purposeful or not, but even though this gives a much better range of movement, it feels like I'm about to pop it out. Because the bottom ball peg, as you saw, flips out very easily. Now the shoulder pads are even on hinges, which I like. But what's funny is that this one is kind of springed. I think that's just excess molding. But there's a ball socket, a double ball socket technically, because there's one in the body itself and one here. So it allows for more dynamic movement, I guess you could say. He's got up and down at the arms. That's how far they go up. Yeah, that's as far as they go up. They go down, good amount. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and wrists are on a Hot Toys type joint where it swivels here, hinge, and a swivel here. But as you saw, it's more or less a ball peg, but it still gives a lot of good movement. Next up, we have waist articulation. Well, more or less diaphragm articulation, and there's such good sculpting in there. I adore this so much. But there's a ball peg here, a ball peg here, which allows for excellent, excellent range. Legs are, well, this is where we get into a problem. Another problem. You see, the hinges on mine are a little loose. However, that's not necessarily the figure's fault. I think that's an age thing, but these pieces are also die cast. These silver pieces here and his feet, so I think all that weight is just getting to him. But his legs go up that far, back that far. Legs go up, down. And the actual hinge inside the crotch piece actually helps out a lot with poses. A lot more than you think it would. Thigh swivel here, even though I think that's technically just the ball joint. Double jointed knees. Ankles are on a ball joint, and they move up, down, great pivot, and a toe joint, but it's so tight, it's not, you wouldn't even know it's there, which I like, because I hate toe joints on figures. Similar to how I hate waist joints. But it still helps this guy get into some great poses. Now, would I recommend this figure? Yes, definitely. You need this guy in your collection. Because what's funny is that all the Godspeed Love Riders are actually the cheaper ones. I spent about, I think, $30 for Hercus. Caucasus goes for around $42, and Keteros goes for $36, so I'd say get them. At least Hercus, because I love Hercus. And that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching.